the relationship between what goes on in the inner and what's going on out in the world, and talking about some of the different parts. I don't remember all the things we were talking in the last about it. I've been reading some of Robert Bly's work different times, and now I've been looking at another piece of work of his, and he was talking about some of the things that we end up taking, the shadow pieces, and we either put it in the bag or it gets projected onto somebody, and then there's both the stuff that is personal for you and your family, and then there's the stuff that's in your town, country, etc., etc. And one of the things that we end up, really judging and putting down is a sense of weakness as wicked in children. Don't cry, don't, any to where we're like, that is weak. We end up crushing it in kids, teaching them, this is not acceptable. And I think part of it is like the survival stuff that we have with it. How I find that it shows up, and was talking about, is like we end up, being angry with ourselves, and I find it where like, oh, great, I didn't get the rest I needed to again, and in the morning it's the time of beating myself up over that, and it's like, and instead to shift, into loving relationship with oneself, the Wild Woman work I found has been really helpful for that, because you have this unconditionally loving mother that Earth is, that is there with you. It doesn't matter what happened with your mother, but to heal mothering, we can do that directly with her. Just to orient that, oh, I'd be held here, nature is here anytime we go out in it. And Robert Bly was relaying a story that I found very, it was just very sweet. He was talking about something about how much he loved food when he was little, and they'd make all these big plates of food, and he would just get really excited about that, and so it was that day of the week, and he was excited, and then he sees all these people in skull caps and different things in there, and when his father had taken home a number of Jewish people because stuff that had happened, and he just felt he needed to bring them in for that day, and he was a little kid, and he threw a whole temper tantrum over this, I'm not gonna buy food, where's my food? And they had somebody that that worked for them, a maid, and she was trying to give him a piece of bread, and he just throws the bread on the ground, and throws a whole temper tantrum. And his grandfather came in, and his grandfather looked at him. He went over and he picked the piece of bread up, he kissed the piece of bread and gave it to him, and he just took it then, and that just stuck with him. Like when you're talking about the process of taking this shadow that we just want to stomp on and project it onto somebody else or hide it away and not even see it, instead to be able to take this bread as that symbol of it instead, and be like, okay, restoring it to something good, instead of what we would normally do is, how dare you do that? Why did you do that? Don't you know that the kids are starving in Africa? And blah, 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 blah. You can totally shame them and say, you are wicked. And I see this time and time again with, where I'm shifting it for me, but I see it with clients where they're just kind of under a vice of blaming themselves. Look how bad I am. Look how bad I am. Look how bad I am with this. I'm bad because I'm weak. I'm bad because I didn't do things. I'm bad because, so we carry this, along with the idea of original sin, we carry this, I am terrible and bad. So, that's going to show up, in the same way with what we're doing with our healing work as women. It's if somehow we've been weak and we didn't protect ourselves, and we didn't wear the right thing, or we laughed, or we smiled, or we trusted someone we shouldn't have trusted, instead of us being able to say, oh, I'm in pain here, I'm healing here, instead we're stuck with that filter that's going to tell us we're bad, we did something wrong, we're going to shame ourselves. So those are the kind of chains that can keep us from really trusting the innate intuition that here, the goodness of intuition that's here. So let's today take some time to just honor what's here, and both do that in ourselves and with each other. We can be this wonderful sacred mirrors for each other today, of holding sacred space for whatever's there, whether there's a part of you that is angry, a part of you that is jealous, the part of you that's afraid, the part of you, you name it, all that stuff here. We're welcoming them all here. And Wild Woman is welcoming them all here. He's freeing us to be the wild, amazing, powerful women, human beings that we